Okay, now you may not see this on yours, but on mine I already have what we call the axis. There's two of them. There's one running sideways. It's basically a number line. Here it is right here. Goes both directions. And we call that our x axis, A-X-I-S. Okay, so this is basically a number line, and this would be the 0 point. Matter of fact, this has a name. Well, okay, well, let's go on to the next one. We also have a y-axis going up and down, right here, right through the center. It's y-axis, A-X-I-S. So we have two number lines, one going horizontally, the other one going vertically. Now these two number lines, they break this up into four parts, four sections, or what we like to call is quadrants. This is quadrant 1. Well, let me just put the name down here first. Let's put the word quad, Q-U-A-D. Quad meaning 4. Now this is numbered, by the way. This is the first quadrant we have. And normally you would think that it would go clockwise, 2, 3, 4, but that's not the case. What it is, it's going counterclockwise. This is quadrant 1. This one is quadrant 2. And we usually use Roman numerals for that. This is 3. 1, 2, 3. And this is 4, an I and a V. So it's going counterclockwise. Now we said that the axis, the x-axis and the y-axis are both number lines. And so going from here on the x-axis, this would all be positive. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc., however long you want to make it. Going the other direction, this would be -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, yada yada. You get the idea. Okay, so this side's positive, this side is negative. Now for the y-axis, anything above this, anything above the x-axis is positive. So this would be positive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're talking about at the intersections here. Right at that point right there. Okay? These are positive. These are not negative. It looks like negative, but it's not. Okay, and these over here, going down, these would be negatives. So this would be -1, -2, -3, etc. Okay, so these are all positive, and these are all negative. So notice in quadrant 1, for the x-axis, let's put an X right there, that it is positive numbers. All right? And then for the y-axis, for this quadrant, those are also positive numbers. Now let's go to quadrant 2. Notice that the x part, on the x-axis, these are all negative. And then for the y part, it is positive. Okay, down here, this quadrant, if you notice the x-axis is negative, and the y-axis is negative also. They're both negative. Okay, and for this quadrant, the last one, the x is positive, and the y, okay, right here, this is negative. Okay, now you'll see why this is important. in just a little bit. I'm just going to put these in parentheses here. Separate them with the comma. Okay, so this is kind of important to understand. Notice that both the x and y are negative on this one, and they're both positive on this one. Okay, I guess that's not so interesting. All right, something that is kind of interesting, this point right here, it has a name. And its name is origin. Origin. Think of orange. That's its name, origin. And that would be, okay, anyways, we'll move on from there. Let's go down to the bottom. Okay, in this set of notes, we're going to refer to this down here as our coordinate plane. That's double O, coordinate plane. Okay, so going down to the bottom one now. I already put in my axes. Just kind of colored them in a little bit. Okay, this top one here, that's the y-axis. I'm just going to put the letter y. And many times that's the way we do things when we're graphing. And this is my x. I'm just going to put an x right there. Now notice that the x over here, this is positive. And on the other side, you know, it's negative. Okay, and on the y-axis, this down here is negative. And up towards the top part, it's going positive. Okay, there's a term that we need to know, that you need to know, and it's called ordered pair. Ordered pair. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and graph ordered pairs. That's what we're going to do right now. We're going to graph ordered pairs. And so what is an ordered pair? Well, take a look here. And this right here is an ordered pair. It's -3, -4. -3, -4. Notice how I have it in parentheses. And this right here, this is our x, what they call coordinate. That's our x coordinate. And the blue would be our that would be the y coordinate. So you have an x coordinate and a y coordinate. Together, they form what's called an ordered pair. Okay, so now, if you remember correctly, these are all going this direction, going this direction, these are all positive, right? And going this direction, they're all negative. Okay, and then same thing, positive, negative. But this point right here, the one we said was an origin, okay, its ordered pair is 0, 0. Double O. It's like a secret agent. That is that coordinate, that point right there is 0, 0, the origin. And this is where we always start whenever we're going to graph a point, an ordered pair. So let's go to, let's graph this point right here. -3, -4. I start at 0, 0. And now I'm going to, on the x-axis, I'm going to go -3. 1, 2, 3. See, I went 3 spaces. And then it's on the y coordinate, I'm supposed to go down to -4. So I now need to go down 1, 2, 3, 4. That is the point right there. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Negative, they both went negative. Over to the left and down. Okay, so that point right there is -3, -4. And I'll just use some colors in there just to kind of help out. So -3 and -4. Okay, so there you go. -3, -4. That's the point there. Okay, let's graph a few other points. Okay, so I put about 3 points on here, 3 more points. And let me just zoom in and we will plot these points together. Okay, so this point is already there. It's just that we need to name it. What is its ordered pair? What's its coordinate? Okay, so let's go ahead and count that up. Let's first of all on the x-axis. So I start at 0. I go over to this point right there. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now this is negative. So this is -5. All right, now I do the y-axis. I look at the y-axis. So if I do that, notice that it's this high. So if I count from here, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 4 high, +4. So normally you do this. If it's -5, 4, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's -5. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. +4. Because I went up 4. All right, and remember we said that in this quadrant, let me just back up a little bit, but in this quadrant, x is negative and y is positive. And notice it is. X is negative, y is positive. So that's its coordinates, this ordered pair, that's its coordinates, the x coordinate and the y coordinate. So -5, up 4, +4. Okay, let's go to quadrant 1. These both should be positive. So I'll count from the origin. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. +5 on the x. And then on the y part, going up, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. +4. Okay, so its coordinates are 5, 4. Over 5, up 4. Notice again, I counted the spaces. I did not count the dots. I did not count this first. I didn't say 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm counting the spaces. 1 space, 2 space, 3 space, 4 space, 5 spaces. Okay, and the last one, down below here, this is in the 4th quadrant. You notice on the x-axis, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, +4. And then on the y, for the y coordinate, going down, so I'm going down, so it's 1, 2, 3, -3, right? Because this is the negative part on the y-axis. So positive, but then this is negative. Okay, so this is my ordered pair. Okay, so now you've seen how to graph ordered pairs, and we know that always start from 0, count the spaces. The first number is for the x, that's for going sideways. The second number is for the y, it's going up and down. And we're finding ordered pairs. These are ordered pairs.